Hey, good afternoon, YouTube. Welcome to another episode of Jesus. Another episode of the shit show. Obviously, it's being filmed in a very amateur manner, but such is life. So, today is what's today? Saturday, and I'm actually a bit under the weather. Totally think that I have like tonsillitis and like a couple of other things that I'm not going to be overly worried about at the time. But I will say that I had the opportunity today to go and speak to some young women through a nonprofit organization here called Junior Executives, which I'm a big fan of Junior Executives. So let me put my glasses on so I can look more studious. Okay. Anyway, I'm a big fan of Junior Executives, so I had the chance to go speak to some young women and try out my fire starter sessions material on a younger audience because I do think that I will spend some time speaking with and working with teenagers. And the session went really well. We spent about a good hour talking about some of the obstacles and things that they have on their path. We talked about some of the visions that they have for their future, some of the things that they do to self-sabotage themselves. And I even threw some stuff in there about the story and, attempted to teach them to really pay attention to facts as opposed to the story that they're creating about things that people say and about things people do. So I think that was really one of the main things that I wanted them to take away. But when I asked them what they had taken away, they said, so many of the things that you said were inspiring today. You really allowed me to embrace the possibility of failure. That's what one young lady told me. Another one told me that just understanding that she has the ability to control a lot of the outcomes, and that whether she makes positive decisions or negative decisions, the consequence that she is going to deal with is either going to be positive or negative, and she just needs to be open to whatever comes out. Just being able to see young women get those kind of concepts very early on was very fulfilling, very refreshing for me, to say the least. So I know that when I get the opportunity to speak about those principles in January to an older audience, and also in an environment where I'm really going to have like 8 hours to be able to not only speak, but then have them do some partner sharing, also do some on-the-spot coaching. I'm very excited about the possibilities. So there's that. The other side of the equation, I am really, really, really examining this concept of becoming a quasi-minimalist. And I don't want to, overly complicate this, but here my husband and I are making as much money as we make. And I feel like we have very little to show for it. And I don't care so much about the materialistic pieces as I just care about having the ability to control what it is that I want to do. I don't need another car. I don't need another purse. I don't need more shoes. But I think when you're not really fulfilled by what it is that you do on a regular basis, you have the tendency to seek out those things, obviously to get your hands on some temporary satisfaction. So my goal is to really put us in a position where we're able to reallocate these dollars and put them to use in a different way. So you guys already know that we're in the process of trying to pay off debt, and we're still, doing really well in that, right? But I'm also looking at downsizing and trying to get rid of as many things that we really don't need. I'm like doing a crazy house sweep. So I'm getting rid of clothes right now. I'm getting rid of my daughter's toys right now. I mean, everything I'm going through with the concept of, okay, have I used this in the past month? Have I used this in the past year? Have I used this in the past 2 weeks? I mean, certain things need to meet a certain timeline in order for me to make the decision to keep it. And then for the stuff that we're getting rid of, I'm just giving it away to the little donation bins, the little nonprofit organizations. I'm not good about the concept of having a garage sale. That seems like a whole lot of work, and I don't want to be finagling with people about stuff. So I'm like, look, let me just put this in a plastic bag, get it out of here, and give it away. But again, the goal is to really minimize the amount of money that's going out of the house, so that we can start using our funds in some different ways. So, for instance, I'm not in the mood to buy another house. We've owned 3 houses as it is. So, when we look at renting our next property, I'm definitely looking to get into something that's going to be like less than $1,300. I still would like to have a house, but I want to make it as inexpensive and still, as quasi comfortable as I possibly can to free up, quite a bit more money for us at that time of the month, where it seems like we pay rent and almost one of our entire paychecks is gone. So, if I can have some more money back, I would be very happy and can start utilizing it and investing it into some other things, or even put ourselves in a position where, making that transition out of corporate America becomes much more a reality, or much easier to do, or even puts us in a situation where should there be opportunities where you can do some of the things that you want to do, but maybe not make as much money, should those opportunities present themselves, do they then become something you can take advantage of because you don't have as much burden. You don't have as much of a financial burden in terms of what you have to spend your money on. So the goal is to move into a place where we can actually start thriving, and then transitioning to the lifestyle that we really want to have. So I think that's it. That's where I'm at. I'm like, hey, we need to get rid of some of this little shit so I can walk in my big shit and own my shit. That's the whole purpose of the shit show. So hopefully this made you take some things into consideration. Number one, are you really, taking those steps to operate in your gift or operate in your place of genius? Even if you're just making baby steps, are you moving towards that place and sharing your gift with other people? And then the second piece of the puzzle, do you have things that are preventing you from moving forward with what it is that you want to do because of financial burden? Not just in the forms of credit card debt, but the things that you really want to work towards gaining. Are they really worth it, or is it just a bunch of materialism that's going to have a very temporary shelf life anyway? So I'm glad I was able to record this particular episode for you guys. It's been on my mind for a while. Sorry for the delay. Like I said, I've been under the weather, but we will be back with another episode of The Shit Show fairly soon. And again, if there's any topics in particular that you would like me to speak on, I would love to address questions, concerns, and shenanigans. See my Obama point right there? I'm just trying to stop pointing at people like this and trying to do this. Okay. All right. See you guys later. Bye.